Ms. Gunmeet Bindra has joined in, and she was wanting to interact with all the old aliens all over the world, and she's going to take over shortly. Meanwhile, just to brief you up, we have the new committee of the ODA took charge on the 16th of July 2021, and I have here with me the president of the ODA, Kamlesh Kastewal, as well here.
Very good evening and very good morning to all our international viewers.
So this committee took charge on the 16th of July, and I would just like to name the office bearers which we have. Our vice president is Mr. Shreyas Jhawar. Our of course president is Mr. Kamlesh Kastewal. I am the ODA secretary, Tejveer Juneja. Joint secretary is Abhiraj Parmar. Treasurer is Mr. Dhruvraj Singh. The sports secretary is Mr. Mayur Singh Jhabua, and media and PR coordinator Salil Kakkar. And we have totally a 19-member team which is taking care of the operations of the alumni. And of course, post-COVID, COVID was really a bad thing for all of us. All of us suffered badly from COVID. Not only us, the entire world suffered. And post-COVID, things are much, much better. The school is doing very well now. And so, as well as the ODA, at the ODA, we're doing a lot of activities post-COVID. During the COVID times, we started with the vaccination drive. That was the first step we took, which was powered by Index. And then we did a plantation drive. Lots of sports activities have been happening at the DC campus itself. DC has been very generous to give us the campus. At times when we hold our sporting activities, they've been being held all over the in the city of Indore, not only Delhi College campus, but majorly over here. We've had table tennis Premier League for the first time. We had about 100 participants. I mean, old aliens from Pune, from Mumbai, from nearby cities, I think, Delhi, Ujjain, and Bhopal also participated in that. We've had the Badminton Premier League. The ODA has participated. There's alumni cricket bash, which happens between the 4 alumni of the leading schools of the country. That is the Doon School, the Delhi College, the Scindia, and the Mayo. And we have been participating in it since last 6-7 years. And post-COVID, it was held in Chandigarh this time because of COVID. Scindia could not hold it at the Gwalior, the school premises. And that's why it was a neutral venue, wherein Delhi College also participated, and we were the runners-up in that. And also a new alumni league has started called the TAL. So this TAL is all about the Old Boys Association of the topmost schools of the country. We have Delhi, of course, on board, Mayo girls, Mayo boys, Scindia girls, Scindia boys, DOSCOs, the Doon School Association, the Sanar Association, the Lawrence School, of course, Sherwood College, Nainital. We also have on board Vellum boys and girls. So this is all about camaraderie and not only, just getting the associations together, but wherein we can be available and be there for each other as well. So the first step has already been taken in this direction, and further we're going to, enhance it further and might be make it stronger. Not only wherein a old alien is not only available for an old alien, but a DOSCOite or a Mayoite is also there for an old alien. So this camaraderie we are working on very strongly, and in times to come you will see that this will take a good shape, and everybody is determined about it. Of course, Kamlesh, you can also highlight what all we are doing, like intra-chapter activities we are planning. So
what we are planning to do in the near future is ask our representatives, and along with Tejveer and me, we are planning to go to various cities and reactivate the chapters in different cities, create activities so that the ODA becomes more lively.
Yeah, that has been because earlier both of us have been on the board. We were together on the board from 2005 to 10. And the only reason of us coming back into the and holding the reins at the Old Aliens Association was to get the alumni more stronger and make the alumni participate and be together, not only for the alumni sake, but even for the present boys who are passing out from the school, so that, we are there for them. So that has been the major aim. Also, we can elaborate on the coffee table book, which is coming up.
We're shortly planning to come out with a coffee table yearbook for the first time. And I would request all the old aliens to please contribute towards this endeavor. Our media PR, Mr. Salil Kakkar, is working tirelessly to get together the coffee book. So it'll be a great thing if you can submit your poems or articles so the same can be published.
Not only articles and poems, but whatever you want to, especially the senior old aliens.
Some memories of the school, if you wish to publish, that'll be a great thing. It'll bring a different light to the coffee table book.
It is a yearbook which is being worked upon. And we are planning to come up with this by the APG, which is going to be happening on the from the 1st of December to the 10th of December. The APG is very much there. The ODA week starts from the 1st of December. So there's a humble request from both of us, in fact, from the entire committee, to the fraternity all over the world to participate in this. As you all know, Indorians are great hosts, and Delhi College are even greater hosts. I'm sure the new principal and her entire team is going to welcome you with open arms for that. And now I think coming to the major thing for which this meeting is being held, which is the address by Dr. Ms. Gunbir Bindra. So I would like to just read out the achievements, the honors that has been bestowed upon her. She's a lady with a lot of character, with a lot of elegance. Dr. Ms. Gunmeet Bindra, an alumnus of the Delhi School of Economics and Calcutta University, is the first woman to have been the head of a boys' boarding school in India, and that is Welham Boys School, Dehradun, and is now the first lady principal to head a co-ed school, that is Delhi College, Indore. An accomplished educationist with about 36 years of experience in teaching and school administration, Dr. Bindra has held many coveted positions, including member of the CBSE governing body, CBSE Curriculum Committee, CBSE Affiliation Committee, and member of the Board of Trustees and Vice President, Asia Pacific region of the International Boys School Coalition. She's also the British Council School Ambassador in India. The numerous awards conferred upon Dr. Bindra include the CBSE National Award in 2014, presented by the President of India, the Bharat Vidya Bhushan Puraskar, presented by the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, the Pride of Doon Award, the Rajiv Gandhi Education Excellence Award, the Uttarakhand Ratan Award, and the National Award for Instructional Leadership in the Principals category of the awards at the NDTV EduComp Education Awards 2016. Having received the number one in the leadership
automatically recorded it. हाँ बेटू recorded है देखो क्या recorded में है
recorded है
हाँ 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 recorded okay चलो
no it's a live video है
Okay, are we audible again? Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Coming back again, having received the number one position in the leadership parameter for 4 consecutive years in the education world, All India School Ranking, she received the Extraordinary Leadership Achievement Award in 2019. Besides being a swimming champion, Dr. Bindra was the captain of her school and college hockey teams and was also selected for the Indian hockey team. In a short span, we have seen her working at the Delhi College, and the Delhi College has achieved numerous laurels in a number of fields. It's just been about 6 months, and we have seen her working day in and day out. And Delhi College, I'm sure we at ODA can say, over here at least, is in very good hands. And to elaborate on this, we have Dr. Ahmed Ansari, Mr. Ahmed Ansari, rather a favorite of all the alumni. He's been here for good more than, I guess, 35 years. And he knows all about it. So over to Mr. Ansari. Ansari, sir. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Juneja and Mr. Kamlesh. I think he has given a very vivid introduction of the new principal. I'm very happy, I must say, to see that so many senior old aliens are present in this frame. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here and having taken time off from your valuable schedule. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome you here. Now, my job tonight is to take you through the last 6 months of Dr. Bindra's tenure. Of course, a lot happens each time a principal comes. But as Mr. Juneja said just now, Dr. Bindra is quite different. It was on the 8th of April this year that we welcomed Dr. Bindra to the school. And you can see in the frame, the Board of Governors and myself, we are welcoming her. Immediately, she started her work. And the first thing that was noticeable was her direct connect with the parents. it is normal for a school to connect with the parents through emails, through letters. But as you can see, this was a direct connect where so many issues were put up by the parents, and Dr. Bindra very nicely addressed them all. Then she went over to the alumni, and once again, there was a direct connect. Whatever number we could get from the town, she talked to them, and then she did the same thing with the staff. Now, the obvious question that may come to anybody's mind is, well, the principal may be interacting with the staff anyways, but the way she did it was totally different. There was intellectual pursuit one side, and there was entertainment the other side. You can see creativity in the painting that has been put there. And you can also see in this same slide, Dr. Bindra dancing with our teachers. So it's all full of life everywhere. And same thing then was taken care of amongst the students. The students with whom normally the staff or the principal talks one way, addresses them without any questions or any views put up by the students. But this was different. And you can see that the students, and that of course enhanced their creativity, their sharpness of the mind. It was a very successful program with the students. One very important aspect of her tenure has been her work in the academics area. She has raised the bars for academics, set up new targets and higher targets, and many innovative ideas she has brought. The same thing is happening with the admissions. And so the standards that have been set, they are definitely higher and upper than before. There is a special achievers program that has been created by Dr. Bindra, where those children who really achieve very highly in academics, they are being treated specially through treats and many other kind of awards, which was not the practice earlier. Now, you will be reminded, some of the seniors I'm addressing, of your times, perhaps, when sports was the major thing, and you used to get such appreciation mostly for sports. But now it is there in a very big way for academics also, which is a very heartening thing. And for this also, the school is introducing academic awards, and that is going down to the junior school, which was not the practice earlier. The Daily College has been known for co-curricular activities and sports. And this year particularly, the children have performed exceptionally. You can see the creativity right from a very junior age to seniors. The school has been able to win national championships in squash, tennis, cricket, swimming. And I think all old aliens should be very proud of these achievements. Internationalism has been taken to another level, and the Daily College dance troupe participated along with the teachers and our principal in the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh. And also a debate team participated in the United Kingdom in an international debate. Many visitors came to the school from different walks of life, like the German Chancellor, like our own Akashdeep Bhanot, who is the commander of the NCC. Mr. Akshay Kumar, the senior star, visited our school. That was very exhilarating for the children. and he had a very good time. On the intellectual side, many authors are being invited to the school who are giving lessons to the children in creativity. Recently, the prefectorial body of the school was formed and formed in a very different manner. What used to be the practice earlier, it was done in a very colorful, very different manner. And I also would like to inform you that for the first time, the parents were involved and they had come and they were present when the prefectorial body was taking the oath. Prefects have been appointed in the junior school also, with a view to create leadership, inculcate leadership at that very young age. The school had the privilege and the opportunity to organize many model United Nations, the IPSC, All India Inter-Public School Conference Championship in sports of tennis, shooting, and also music. And recently, only yesterday, we finished with a very, very important conclave, which involved the head prefects and prefects of all the public schools of India. It was a very enriching experience, and the presence of eminent people in shape of chief guests added color to that program. With that, I will stop here because ma'am will also like to speak, and she will take you to another dimension of what we have to say to you from the Delhi College premises. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Ansari, thank you very much for running us through my last 6 months of my joining in here. A very warm good evening to all of you. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude to the ODA for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you. I also express my gratitude to all of you for taking the time out to be here. I know we are in different time zones, and yet you have put in the effort to be here to join us. Thank you very much. I was really, really looking forward to this evening. I'm going to continue with continue from where Mr. Ansari left. So please allow me to share my screen, and I come back. I give me half a minute. I'll just share my screen with you. So here we are. I'm not putting it on slideshow because I want a gallery view of the camera here also, so that I can also see all of you all in the frame. So blessed to be a part of Delhi College. It's not just a blessing, it's way, way, way beyond that. I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm privileged, and it's actually, like I said, a huge, huge blessing to be a part of Delhi College. I'm going to be talking and weaving my address around what matters, because ultimately that's what life is all about, what matters. In education, definitely legacy matters. And what is legacy? Something that we inherit, something that gives us purpose, something that gives us purpose beyond our existence. All of y'all, and now me too, are part of this rich legacy. I'm very, very pleased to share with you that education world has brought out a new category of schools for their ranking. We know education world rankings have been there forever. The new category is the vintage legacy day come boarding schools. And you can see here that we've been ranked #1 in this category. How does it get better than this? It's not just legacy, it's vintage legacy. We all know vintage literally straight out of the dictionary means of age. And we are not talking about schools that are 50 years old, those that have celebrated their platinum or even their centenary. We are beyond 150 years. Blessed again that we have been ranked #1 in the very first year of this category having been introduced. Legacy does matter. What gives me immense pleasure is when I have, old Dalians coming in and saying that they're a grandfather or a grandmother and the grandchildren are studying here, 5th generation, 4th generation. It's really, really, what word do I use? Very exciting, definitely, but very exhilarating to see the faith that all of you all have in the school. And just like I said, legacy does matter. What matters to me is happiness, and I'm sure it matters to all of us. My first address to the school included this word in a big measure. Somebody asked me, I visited schools across the world. Somebody asked me, Mr. Binda, how do you define a good school or a great school? And I had only one answer, and I still have only one answer. And I hope I continue to have this one answer, which says a great school is a happy school, where children are happy, where teachers are happy, where the board is happy, where parents are happy, all stakeholders are happy. And we all know that long-term happiness does not come from superficial achievements or superficial claims or superficial endeavors or initiatives or events or anything. Long-term happiness comes when all of us are doing what we are supposed to do and we feel gratified in doing what we are supposed to do. So happiness does matter. What matters is the vision. The vision statement of the school, to me, is the North Star. We have a very, very heavy, substantial vision statement. Although I personally feel that a vision statement should be slightly shorter, we will see how we can kind of consolidate this into something maybe a little shorter. But what I've done to begin with is identified 4 key phrases to begin my work. Because like I said, vision matters. And for me, that's the North Star. While all other phrases and the entire vision statement is my North Star. And when I say my, I mean Delhi College. I mean my means me and the team at Delhi College. So while we are working with this vision statement as a North Star, to begin with, I identified 4 phrases that I began work on immediately. The first one, to foster a democratic environment, encouraging a lot of feedback, inputs, contributions from all stakeholders. The second word that I chose from the vision statement is excellence. Mr. Ansari just spoke about our achievements and spoke about how all of y'all at your time were appreciated for sports. We are looking at excellence in all domains of school life. Be it sports, sports definitely is like a religion at Delhi College, and I so resonate with it, having played hockey myself at the national level, having been selected for the India hockey team. I so resonate with sports and excellence in sports. But our commitment definitely is excellence in all domains of school life, because every child has a different talent. So excellence in sports, excellence in co-curriculars. And when I say co-curriculars, I include everything: dance, music, oratory, performing arts, visual arts, everything. And definitely academics. Definitely academics. Because while all else is important, the basic, the nucleus of education is academics. And I don't see any clash whatsoever, any conflict whatsoever between academics and co-curriculars. Our children have to learn to multitask. Our children have to learn to balance. And that comes with a lot of dedication. And that comes with a lot of practice, time management, and all of that, which the school definitely is working on. So excellence in all domains. And then my favorite, the best of traditions with modernity. We have to retain what we have inherited in our legacy. And then we have to be very contemporary. So the best of traditions with modernity, with very strong values. These are the 4 phrases that we have picked up to begin our work on, and we are already at it. Of course, like I said, at the cost of repetition, the entire vision statement and every word that is here, that has been articulated here, is our North Star. What matters is experiences. Education beyond textbooks, education beyond classrooms. What matters is its experiences. And what kind of experiences? Authentic, meaningful, engaging, and valuable experiences. So anything, any decision that we take here at school about what event to host, what event to participate in, where to go, what to do, all of it is governed by that single question: what does it mean in terms of experience for the children? And as long as these are authentic, meaningful, engaging, and valuable experiences, I think we get excited and go ahead. I am not undermining the importance of participation in events that are certified. Along with all of that is definitely experiences, the learning that happens when we have those as our guiding parameters. In fact, Mr. Ansari spoke about our investiture ceremony, mentioned that we did it in a very different way. Again, one of those things that we did to enhance the experience, the meaningful experience of the children when they take over positions of responsibility. Immerse and Inspire is an initiative which is very, very close to my heart. Let me talk a little about that. So Immerse and Inspire is a program that we introduced this year, wherein everyday scholar was given the opportunity to spend about 20 days, 2 weeks to 3 weeks, depending on the class, the grade that he or she is in, to spend 2 to 3 weeks in the boarding house. In fact, that's what makes us different from the regular day schools. Boarding school, to me personally, as a head of school, as a head of Delhi College, is a very, very important part of the school. In fact, it defines Delhi College. It's the boarding houses of Delhi College that define Delhi College. That's what we've inherited. The entire focus of this program was to provide these children, the day scholars, an opportunity to be a part of the boarding house experience of Delhi College. For them to just experience a slice of the experiences that the boarders have. So these children, grade-wise, 7, 8, 9, they spent 2 to 3 weeks. I want to, really speaking, offer this program to children of all Dalians across the world. I would be very happy to specially schedule and construct a program. If Dalians across the world tell me what dates suit them, I can actually put together. Imagine how exciting it would be for Dalians across the world to have, for those who have grown up together, and then their children or grandchildren, separated by continents and seas, come together at Delhi College and spend time in the boarding houses with Delhi College children and talk about their parents, grandparents, having spent their childhood on the premises of this blessed institution. I am very, very keen and very, very hopeful that I will have some expression of interest from Dalians to send their children and grandchildren, and we will specially construct a program for them. Of course, needless to say, children of all Dalians are welcome any which ways otherwise too. If y'all are in different parts of the world, different parts of India, and the children want to come and experience Delhi College, then irrespective of the Immerse and Inspire, most welcome. All you need to do is get in touch with the school on the school's official ID. I'm happy that I can see some digital thumbs up to this program. Thank you very much. It gets me a lot more happiness that I was talking about. Thank you for that digital thumbs up to this program. Coming back to what I was saying, it's not limited. My invitation to the children and grandchildren or great-grandchildren of all Dalians is not limited to the Immerse and Inspire program. You're most welcome to send them anytime. Please connect with the school. If there is vacation time in the country that you are in and we have term time, we would be more than happy to host them. All we need to do is to hear from you. And yes, coming back to Immerse and Inspire, I would be very happy if we can come to a date and maybe 2 weeks where we can have an Immerse and Inspire program only for children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren of old Dalians. Most welcome anytime. Coming back to what I was saying, experiences matter. Just to mention a lot of other things like initiatives like MindSpark, initiatives like the Valley of Words, and all other such endeavors are only being taken up by the school to provide a platform to the children to give them wonderful experiences. I would also extend, and this is just a thought, I still have to work on it, but it's just a thought that we would be very happy to organize online Hindi classes, for children who are not in India. I still have to work, but it's my desire, and a very keen one at that, to see if I can organize a tie-up with, something like Prachin Kala Kendra or something like that, whereby we can give online dance classes to children across the world and then get them to maybe sit for an exam. Technically speaking, they would require to be in India to take that exam. But I am in talks with some of these organizations where if they have offices in the countries where the children are coming from, then we can provide them online coaching. And then they can appear for an exam wherever they are in their home country or country they're residing in, and then get certificates. It's very heartening. I've taken it up with our own Dalians here. We are in talks, and we are very, very soon going to get our affiliation with one of these centers. In the meantime, we've introduced Kathak as a formal academic subject in grade 12. I think we are making history. CBSE never allows this to happen in grade 12, but CBSE, being a very child-centric, student-friendly board, has gone out of its way to give us this permission. And we now have classical Indian dance, Kathak, and classical Indian vocal as an academic subject in grade 12. I want to extend this not as an academic subject, but as a certificate course to our children who are not in India and are in other parts of the world. What matters is discipline. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes and maybe more than 2-3 slides. In fact, the number of slides that I'm spending on discipline are far more than what I am spending on anything else, because to me, discipline is a very, very key value. Of course, I personally respect resilience as a very high priority value that we need to work on and imbibe in our children. But discipline, I just thought that I must share with you, because I am coming down very heavy in terms of discipline. We always have two choices. One, to brush it under the carpet and show all is good and hunky-dory. And B, what I learned from my dad, look at every problem straight in the face, which is what I do. We did have some issues of indiscipline, and we are not different. The world, I'm not saying Indore, I'm not saying Madhya Pradesh, I'm not saying India. The world, and when we meet educationists and principals across the world, we discuss this. Discipline today with children is an issue. And that the concept of discipline has changed. I read somewhere that a school is a place where the teachers are scared of the principal is scared of the board is worried about the parents are scared of their children, and children who are scared of no one. Now, in this kind of a world that we are living in, ensuring that our children grow up with discipline is a very, very huge responsibility, and we cannot at any cost shy away from this. So you will hear that I have suspended children. You will hear maybe that I've rusticated children. You will hear that I've suspended them, given them threats, and then taken them back. Yes, I have done that, and I will continue to do so. If Kiran Bedi can talk of transformation in jails, we are a school. We are not here to ruin careers. We are here to get children on the right track. And I'm very proud to share with you that I may have done suspensions by the dozens, but I also have the privilege and the pride of sharing with you that many of these children have taken a U-turn, and I've not done it alone. I've done it with a lot of support. In fact, all the support from the vice principal and my housemasters of different houses. They were there on ground. while I was giving them the policies, while I was taking decisions, while I was chairing every indiscipline committee, my sergeants on ground were the ones who made it happen. We already have success stories and U-turns in terms of this. I'm sharing this with you because I'm addressing it very aggressively, and I'm very proud to share with you that I'm seeing very, very good positive results. I'm not here to sell fair and lovely cream 15 din ke istemal mein fark dekhiye, but I can promise you that you will see Delhi College the way you always have seen it and the way you always would want to see it. So my personal approach to discipline, there are two kinds of discipline, the traffic policeman and the traffic light. I don't believe in the traffic policeman discipline because when there is no traffic police, we jump the traffic lights. I personally believe in the traffic light discipline. I believe in the concept of self-discipline, where the locus of control is with the children. Doesn't come easy. The difference is allopathic and homeopathic medicine. That's the difference. But when it comes, when the children realize, when the locus of control happens, then it's celebration time. Self-discipline is the expression of inner strength and staying power, vital for dealing with the affairs of daily life and for achieving goals. It begins with the mastery of your thoughts. And that's what we believe in. Discipline with dignity. Don't humiliate the children. We don't. Our discipline policy will not get to humiliate the children. I'm using the power of assemblies. I'm having public apologies. I'm having them make promises in front of the entire assembly. Children being children, they'll still falter. They'll make promises and they'll still break promises. But then they are children. And we are adults. We have to keep a hawk's eye, keep giving them opportunities, keep correcting them, never give up on them. And that's Mr. Ansari talked to you about power, about my interactive assemblies. Yes, that's my powerhouse. We are not going to give up. We're going to continue. I'm spending so much of time on this concept because it's something that is very close to my heart, and it's something that you will all hear, and it's something where I want your positive contribution. So if you hear that someone has been suspended for something, instead of saying, oh, ek aur pakda gaya, please say, acha, ek aur ab sudhrega. That's the support and cooperation that I would want from you, because then I will work fearlessly. Then I will work fearlessly. You know, at one stage in my life, when I was doing something and I was very, very nervous, my son wrote, he was in an art class, and I shared this in the assembly with the children. And one of them then in his talks on another assembly, they quoted me to it. I was very nervous, and my son was in an art class, and he was painting a photo frame. And in his own handwriting, he wrote, Mom, if your dreams are not big enough, if your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough. And when they do, be fearless. So I dream of a Delhi college that has very, very responsible children who are committed to be lifelong learners. And I'm taking all of this from the vision statement, who are emotionally, spiritually, financially, intellectually secure. So all of this will happen only and only when we work very hard. It's not easy when we work very hard to discipline them. And like I said, the definition of discipline is no longer rules. The definition of discipline has changed. That may be on another day. Otherwise, it will become a workshop on parenting and teaching and discipline. What matters is quality. Delhi College has stood the test of time to be head and shoulders above the rest of all the institutions in terms of quality. Quality in everything that we do, quality in everything that we decide, quality in everything, just about everything, all our initiatives, all our endeavors. This is my latest picture just today. The quality of the junior school classrooms, the pre-primary classrooms, we've revamped them because quality does matter. And learning spaces, quality of learning spaces definitely matters in an educational institution. What matters is direction. I always say the speed and direction of the train depends on the speed and direction of the engine. So I may be the engine to Delhi College, but my engine is the board. And I'm really, really blessed to have a board that has supported me to the T. Thank you to our president, Maharaj Devas, and thank you to all members of the board in whatever capacity they are there. They have supported me like how. And I'm truly, truly blessed. None of what I have achieved in a short span of 6 months would have been possible if I did not have such a supportive board. The board, I mean, there are differences of opinion, but that's it. That's fine. That's absolutely fair. As long as we can all then come to a consensus and convince each other and then move on and respect each other's opinions and decisions, I think that's what counts. That's what matters. So we are all in the right direction, and I'm super, super, super confident of that. So thank you to all our board members of Delhi College. Thank you for giving me the direction. Thank you for supporting me in everything that I have put up. Thank you for correcting me where you felt that this is not the DC way of doing things. Thank you for just being there. And thank you for just being the board that you are. What matters is communication. We are going to very soon have an alumni officer in the school. My communication with other stakeholders, touchwood, is going strong, whether it's with parents or whether it's with others. But my communication with the alumni needs to strengthen a little more. So we are going to very soon come up with an alumni officer who will operate out of the school and will liaison with all of y'all. We will also, it's just in the planning stage, you will hear from us, maybe from the OTA, about broadcast groups that we will create. The only thing is that when we create broadcast groups, you will need to save the number that we will send you, because broadcast groups don't work on unsaved numbers. So you will need to save those numbers, and once you save those numbers, it will become very easy for us to show off to you and make you even more proud of what your alma mater is up to. Let me use your language and say, what is DC up to? So we would be very happy to share all of that with you. Stay in touch with the school. Please communicate with the school. When you visit Indore or anywhere around, make plans to come. And those of you who are abroad, when you visit India, take a flight, a domestic flight, and do come and stay in touch with the school. I promise you, you'll feel very, very nice coming back. What matters is alumni. And the alumni define any institution. And we at Delhi College have that power. When I joined the school, the one thing that the board showed off to me was the power of the alumni, which is why I was really looking forward. I'm a little disappointed at the attendance, but it would be unfair to talk about it to those who are present. So to those who are present, I can only thank you for being here. But alumni matters. It really, really matters, at least to me. In fact, the first decision, the first official technical decision that I took in chair was to reopen, I'm not saying open, reopen the doors of Delhi College to the alumni for using the facilities of the school. And when I say reopen the doors, I don't say reopen the doors to let them in. No, I'm saying reopen the doors to welcome them in to their own school. I really, really believe in the strength of alumni, and I really, really believe that the school truly belongs to you. No one, no stakeholder can have greater sentiments for the school than alumni. I can say that because I have the same feelings for my own school, for my own alma mater. I would request the alumni to provide internship opportunities. We will send you a Google form. If you are in a capacity to provide internship opportunities to our grade 11 children, not grade 12, because grade 12 gets very busy with their board exams, but in the transition between grade 11 and grade 12, that means before they get into their board exam class, in that little break, in the summer break, if they can come and spend time with you in your organizations. I'm not asking you to arrange for their internships in another organization. To begin with, it would be nice if they can come and spend some time with you. It'll be a huge, huge experience. I talked about experiences. It would be a huge experience for our grade 11 to work in an internship initiative with our senior Dalians. or even the younger ones. So I make this request to you. Please write to principal@delhicollege.org, the school's official ID, and give an expression of interest. I'm not looking at great numbers. The more, the better. But even if there is one of you who writes, I am going to grab the opportunity and I'm going to sign up. Once I hear from you and I understand the opportunities that you're offering, then I'll do a little bit of screening here at the school level to make sure that I send you children who will be a treat to host. So all that will happen once I receive volunteers' expression of interest. I also would like to invite you to send me pictures, because I'm trying to put together some archives and I'm trying to digitalize some records. I am struggling with some old pictures. I'm not getting them. Some that are there are not very clear. And at that time, we didn't have high-res pics, so they are in paper form. And when we click pictures, despite all technology, not being able to get the right clarity. So if you have some pictures of your batches, whatever it may be, please send them to us, to the school. We will create a special ID for you. We will let you know. I will put all of this also in a document form. All that I'm saying, I will put this in a document form that shall be sent to you through the ODA. So all you need to do is, if you have, say, a batch picture, all you need to do is you put the subject event. So you can say APG, or you can say the Kasliwal trophy, or you can say batch picture underscore and the batch. And you send us those pictures, we'll try putting them together and we'll try digitalizing them. So when you come in, we'll try putting in a mechanism where you just put in your batch, you key in your batch number, and everything that is there comes back to you. I mean, it'll be wonderful. That's something that I really want. And the strength of this initiative will depend on the strength of contribution from all of y'all. We already have an Alumni Connect series by students. I'm using this platform and opportunity to invite you all and write to the school if you'd like to be a part of this Alumni Connect, where we invite our alumni to come and speak with the children. And if you can't come, then maybe on Zoom. So we want to strengthen this Alumni Connect with our current students by way of internships as well as by way of interactive sessions by all of y'all. What matters is to stay excited about tomorrow. If today we are excited about tomorrow, then it matters. It matters how we are living. We have lots more. We want to do up the junior school. I want to do a skill audit for teachers. We want to bring in horse riding. Stables are under construction. We want to be led by the school's vision. When I was talking about discipline, we want to be led by the school's vision and do a lot more. We already have a lot that we've achieved, but I strongly believe this is an adapted version of what Swami Vivekananda, it's not verbatim, but it's an adapted version of what Swami Vivekananda once said: the rung of a ladder was never meant to rest upon, but only to hold your foot long enough to be able to put the other foot higher. With that, I conclude my formal address. Stay strong, stay safe, stay well. Hope to see you soon. What matters above all is blessings of the Almighty. May God bless us all. May God bless everyone associated with Delhi College, directly or indirectly. Thank you very much. Once again, God bless us all. I now hand over the proceedings once again to Tejveer and Kamlesh for them to take up any questions. And if there is anything for me to answer, I would be happy to step in. Thank you once again. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Indeed, it was so pleasing to hear the words you said, your fantastic vision that you carry for the school in the coming times. I think the entire fraternity is feeling very assured after this that they are in very good hands, and in the coming times, Delhi College will surely reach its pinnacle and will become one of the most sorted for schools in the country. And really, and especially the Immense and Inspire program sounds really, really good. In fact, the entire vision about the alumni, and we also have a few questions coming up. So I would request once again everyone else who's there who wants to question can post the question, and then we can put it to her. Ma'am, the first question which has come up, although it is, you've already covered it to an extent, but it comes from the batch 97, Mr. Amit Mehta, which says that what are your expectations from the ODA fraternity? Where and how can the old boys and the girls contribute to help continue the school's journey towards its North Star? So they have asked you that, although you have addressed quite a lot in that, but still, if you could.
Yes, so thank you very much for that question. All I think we need to do is to take sure but steady small steps. If we can provide them opportunities, like I said, for internship, if you can connect with them, if you can be positive, if you come across something exciting in your journey, wherever and whatever you're doing, and you think that this can be a great idea for Delhi College, please share it with me. If you come across anything that someone is doing in this space of education, in this domain, please do share with me. Please, I would be very happy to receive suggestions. I would be very happy to receive inputs from all of you all. I'm sure all of it may not be doable, but it would definitely be exciting and definitely be positive and definitely be valuable to have a look at something that you may come across. So I tell my students, think wild, think as wild as you can, that let's do this. And then whatever is doable, we will do. As old Dalians, be my eyes, be my ears, and recommend the school to people if you have faith in the school. I'm glad to share that the number of registrations for admissions has already doubled. So quality matters. As a head of Delhi College, I assure you of maintaining quality, and you contribute by being my eyes and ears, and share with me anything exciting that you think Delhi College can adopt and incorporate. And then, like I said, internship, immerse and inspire are initiatives that I'm really looking forward to having your contribution in.
Ma'am, there's another interesting question which has come up, which says that your credentials, experience, and stature would have allowed you to take on the leadership role of any top school. What attracted you to the DC in particular? This is from Sudhir Tiwari, one of our. So it's a pretty.
Let me explain this to you at the cost of taking a little more time. Let me explain this to you. When my son got through his master's in engineering, he got through Columbia and Oxford, amongst many other colleges that he got through. So I told him one evening, I said, Gundeep, you've decided on Columbia, you've chosen Columbia over Oxford. Why don't you send a regret letter to Oxford? There are children waiting in the wings for a vacancy to be created. Let somebody's prayers be answered today than tomorrow. So he wrote his regret letter. He typed it out on the computer, and he looked at me. I was generally moving around in the lobby. He looked at me and he looked at his screen, and he said, "Ma, how does one say no to Oxford?" And I went to the laptop and I pressed the send button and I said, like this. Now, in the 2 years that I was setting up my brother's school, I did receive offers from a number of places. But when Delhi College offer came, I was reminded of my son who said, how does one say no to Oxford? The same thing. I asked myself, how does one say no to Delhi College? Delhi College has been a towering institution. I mean, how does one say no to Delhi College? So that's how, and very honestly, that's why I'm here. And at the cost of repetition, blessed, honored, privileged, humbled to be here in taking this responsibility.
So good to hear that, ma'am, that you, and we are so happy that you've joined Delhi College. Another question which has come up is regarding the academics, especially. This comes from Harshvardhan Bhatia 2003 batch. What practices shall be taken up to refocus on academics, as the current academics of the college, he says, is extremely poor compared to other local top schools? And Mr. Ansari mentioned that the bar for the admission process has also gone up. How? Can you elaborate a little bit on that if you can?
All right. So it's not an easy task. It's really not an easy task because I'm not feeling very nice accepting it. But the fact of the matter is truly that our academics is in doldrums. Our batch average of class 12 this year was just at 79%, which by no standards is something that we should be proud of. So what we're going to do is to attack the problem 360 degrees. So how do we do this? You know, it's like when you teach a child how to walk, you don't set the target there and say, run. You stand there and you keep shifting the milestone, you keep moving, and it takes 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, and you keep moving and pushing them there. So the first thing I've done is to move the benchmark, raise the benchmark. So if they were getting commendation awards at 82%, I said next time, this year is going to be 85%. I'm going to then take it to 87%, 88%, 90%, 92%, depending on how I get, depending on the response that I get, going to increase the benchmark. So they are working. You'll be glad to know that this year in September, when we had our half-yearly exams, I compared the results of this year's half-yearlies, that means half-yearly exams 22 with half-yearly exams of 21 to have an apple-to-apple comparison and not apple and oranges. I can't compare the board exam results with the midterm exams. I can see an improvement. There has been a 5% surge in the batch average of the half-yearly exams that were held last year and half-yearly exams this year. So that's working. The second thing, like Mr. Ansari mentioned to you, Achievers Program, children who scored more than 90%, I invited them for a dinner at my bungalow and nobody else was there. Only the children and me. No adults, nobody, absolutely. That gave me a fantastic opportunity to connect with the brightest ones in the school. And then also, in my own way, motivated them that they should be seen in the March Achievers Program also. And next year, I'm going to take this from 90% to 92%. Now, this is about motivation and, of course, a lot of other. So when Akshay Kumar came, I surprised my high achievers by saying everybody else was not even allowed to take an autograph. They were all part of the audience. But I surprised my 90%ers children and I said, those who scored more than 92% in their final exams, come onto the stage. And they were excited. They all came onto the stage, had a picture with Akshay Kumar. I know some of you might see, what does Bollywood have to do with academics? I'm just talking about it as an inspiration or recognition of their achievement. They were excited. That's one achievement. Two, the curriculum transaction in the classrooms has to improve, for which I plan doing a skill audit of the entire staff. The skill audit is a very positive exercise. It is not aimed at a caught you game. Look, I caught you, you are not a good teacher. No, the skill audit is to do an objective appraisal of what's going on in the classrooms and then help our teachers. We have a fantastic team of teachers and then help them to up the game. You know, there will be an independent skill audit by an outside agency. I've already sorted it out. All that we need to do is finalize the dates. Sometime in January, they'll come in, they'll do a skill audit, and we'll have a one-on-one professional development for every staff member, looking at their strengths and looking at what areas they need to improve. We are also going to look at the balance between academics and others. So when we did a program, a major program like the Literature Festival, the Glitterati, the Valley of Words, children who scored less than 65% were in the classes. They were not allowed to attend the program. Classes went on as usual for them, and this happened. What I'm also going to do next year, and I'm letting it out now, I haven't spoken, I'm just sharing it with you because I want you to go back with the confidence that this will happen. I've not shared it with my staff as yet. I've not shared it with parents as yet. I'm doing it because, like I said, alumni to me are a very important part of the school. I'm sharing it with you. Don't talk about it to the others because this program requires a lot of prep. If I don't prepare the children and parents, especially to accept this, then it'll become difficult for me to implement. But there is something called streaming, which is a tried and tested method of teaching. You see, our Indian education system, unfortunately, is structured in a manner where we teach the middle level. You know, the high achievers finish their work, and then they don't have much to do in the classroom. The low achievers struggle. Our entire curriculum transaction is structured for the middle rung, the center of the bell curve. Streaming is a process which addresses the gifted children separately and the low achievers separately, while providing them an opportunity to fall in the right bracket without being labeled. That is the flip side. That is the, how do I say, the danger of this system called streaming. Because if it is not done well, it can end up labeling children. And I always say labeling is for cans and not for children. So streaming is another thing. We're also going to relook at the textbooks that we are prescribing. I'm not very happy at some of the, so the other day I was on my round, I will not name the subject or the teacher, but I was on my round and the teacher was teaching, and I just went and I stood in the class, and the textbooks that were opened in the class were 3 different textbooks. So I asked the teacher, I said, how come 3 different textbooks? He says, we asked them to choose. Now, I'm not very sure whether that's a very good practice. I need to rethink, because if I am teaching and children have different textbooks open, the matter definitely is the same. The content definitely is same because it's CBSE defined. But if I am speaking and your reference document is in different languages, I'm not too sure of how engaged the learner is. So we're going to look at all our current practices. And Mr. Ansari mentioned that I do my connect with the staff when I'm interacting with the staff. He says, he's very rightly mentioned that you would say that, so I mean, big deal, the principal is supposed to interact with the staff, but we do it differently. We do something called the manthan. I started this on joining. My first staff meeting was joining. I'm going to have, I've already had one manthan where the HODs talked about their challenges that they're facing. We've addressed some of them. We're going to continue to address all of them. So it's going to be a complete, address of the problem from all sides. Coming back to the fair and lovely creed, 15 दिन के इस्तेमाल में फर्क देखिए नहीं होगा, but I'm super confident that we will achieve. And academics for me is a huge priority, not at the cost of co-curriculars, because boarding school and co-curriculars and a holistic experience defines Delhi College, defines us, but academics will get its due. Does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am, I guess it does. And very coming to from the academic straight to sports, one of the very leading sports person in his time, Mr. Sandeep Bhatnagar, he's in US West Coast. He has put up this question, which is very interesting. He says that we have lots of facilities for sports. How are we leveraging that to produce a national level sports personalities?
Absolutely rightly said. We have a lot of facilities, but we need to up the facilities even more. So we have a great hockey ground, but our children have not played on turf. We have a great athletic field, but we are going to get that, and we are all in that state. So facilities definitely are there. We have an excellent tennis. We have excellent tennis courts, excellent shooting, all of that. My focus now is to get a lot of good coaches. My plan also is to have separate coaches for teams and separate coaches for the other children. Because what is happening right now is a little bit of dilution, which means some of my ace players are getting neglected because the coaches are also looking after the other children. So we're going to hire far many more coaches, get the best coaches to come. We're going to get more serious about practices, and I think we'll get there. We'll get there. You'll be glad to know that for the first time, we've lifted the IPSC National Swimming Championship also this year. Our children are doing well. I'm not talking about all others where we've been lifting trophies earlier also. So I'm not talking about the IPSC tennis. We've always been doing that. I'm not talking about the IPSC shooting. We've always been doing that. So I'm not talking about games where we already have our presence. I'm saying new accolades and laurels are also coming in. IPSC National Boys Championship is a case in point. So more coaches, better coaches, coaches separately for teams and others is the plan. And beginning young, you see, our junior school has been kind of neglected for the last maybe 5-6 years, is what I can gather. I'm not too sure, but this is my rough assessment. So want to begin young. Some of our children in the junior school are doing very well. We really, really need to recognize talent at that stage. So we've hired a coach recently, and a squash coach, and we needed one. We hired two. Why? Because I said, let's dedicate one, the younger one. There's one young, nice young coach, very good with his talent, but he lost out on being recruited because we felt that he will not have the kind of control over senior students. So however good he may be with his skills, if he doesn't have control and he can't manage the discipline of the senior students, then we may not be doing the right choice. But then it occurred to us, if he has the right skills, he's young, he's energetic, let's put him in the junior school. And we've hired two instead of one, so that squash at the junior school, we get started. I'm looking forward to hiring chess is another one where we've given the coach time in the junior school also. So we will work on bringing up sports. I told you, for me in person, sports is like a religion. I played, we are redoing the some of these sports facilities, and of course coaches.
Yes, ma'am. Another interesting question which he had was that how can the ODA members from overseas contribute towards the betterment of DC? Because we have lots of overseas ODA members, as you are aware of. In fact, the alumni exist all over the world. So a very interesting question as to how can the overseas contribute to the ODA settled there, can contribute to the betterment of DC.
Okay, so ODA settled outside of the country. This is just my first thoughts. It's a very interesting question, and thank you for offering your help to contribute to the school. I will come back to you with better ideas, but first up to me is that if you are outside of India and you have school-going children or grandchildren or any connect with schools in your country, we already have a lot of exchanges with the schools under the Round Square umbrella, and I have brought back the AFS membership, which was given up. We brought back that. So under the Round Square and AFS, internationalism has taken a big leap. But if you are outside and your children go to schools, while I'm inviting you to send your children for the Immerse and Inspire, if you have some kind of influence or comfort level with the head of school where your child is going, set up an exchange program with the schools in the country that you are in, the city of the country that you're residing in. And like I said in the beginning, for all of y'all, if you have something that you want to share, that you can share about some great ideas that DC can implement, I would be more than happy to welcome. But thank you for offering. I will come back to you. These are just top of my mind. Just, these are just TOM thoughts. I will come back to you and take your offer very seriously. Thank you for that question.
I guess the last question might be a couple of them. This is comes from a senior member, ODA member, 1976, in fact, 1976 batch, Mr. Sudhir Tiwari. He says that despite very compelling and ambitious plans for the future, I can see that access to financial resources to fulfill them will be a challenge. How do you plan to address this?
No, I don't see any challenge in financial resources. We will spend money very wisely. We'll exercise due diligence and prudence. The challenge is if I want to do everything in one go together. Yes, we will need funds, and some of y'all who can be generous, please contribute to the school's funds, but I am not depending on funds from outside. We need to generate our own money also. We will, I think, wise spending with generosity from all Dalians will then help us financing our dreams and not look at it as a challenge. I mean, that's all I can say. But you are right, but you are absolutely right. We have big plans, huge dreams, and limited funds. I'm not saying scarce funds, I'm saying limited funds. So once again, with your generosity and wise spending at our end, I think we should be able to accomplish quite a bit.
Yes, ma'am. And I think people are pretty happy and excited because there's a 97 batch, Amit Mehta, saying that I can sense the buzz in DC. Hopefully, and as we used to say, DC days are here again, and everyone is feeling great. He's visiting, I guess, in December sometime. So he says can't wait to visit in December this year. So this
Thank
is
you. Thank you so much. And you must know that your school is here for you to welcome. If I can get, I don't want to use the word smitten, but very close to that by the Delhi College building and legacy and premises. Y'all have spent years here. Please do come and please write to me at the school's official ID. Please do come and don't just come in and take a round and go. Do spare some time to have a cup of coffee with me. It would be delightful to hear your stories about the school. It would be an absolute pleasure for me to spend some time with you. I most heartily welcome you to come in person, welcome you to give your suggestions, welcome you to give feedback, and welcome you to contribute money to fund the projects at DC. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm feeling very nice having had this interaction. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I guess that's it. I can, okay. People are looking forward to, in fact, meet you. 1975 batch, Mr. Rajiv Sharma, he's again in US, has said that to meet you and principal and the team at DC in a few weeks. Will definitely interact with the students. Also, he wanted to interact with the students as well.
So if you want to interact with the students, please drop in a line giving us your window dates so that we can, because APG time is madness, complete madness. So if you want a formal interaction anytime, anything, do let us know. Otherwise, yes, you will be getting an opportunity to interact with everyone in that complete madness of the APG.
Yes, also on behalf of the ODA, we would want the alumni, in fact, invite the alumni all over the world to visit for the APG this time, because the APG is going to be really grand. Ma'am has planned something very big this time, very different. And I'm sure all of you all are going to enjoy this and have a great time if you visit the campus during those times. 10th of December is the APG date. And of course, followed by ODA dinner, wherein you'll meet the alumni, the local ones, and the people who are stationed coming for the basic dinner as well. So
I want to give you this thing to my junior school also. 8th of December is a junior school production. They are putting up a musical also. So those of you who are around, please do make it to come and witness the junior school production also if you have the time. Otherwise, of course, like Tejvi said, 10th is the day.
I think we should conclude now. Ma'am has had some, shared some interaction with you. I'm sure all of you all would be very happy with the kind of vision she's carrying for the school, even for the alumni. And she has opened the doors for the alumni to contribute, to participate, and she's willing to give us an ear and is welcoming all of us. So I think that's a great sign. And it's time that the alumni got together towards the cause of the Delhi College. We love our alma mater so much, and we worship it in a way, and our heart and everything is for the alma mater. So I would request all the old aliens all over the world to contribute. And at the same time, we would request all the chapters to get more activated. We are planning to do that. We are already having chapters existing all over the world, all over the country as well. We have so many chapters existing. So I would request all of you all who are part of those chapters to kindly activate those chapters more and more so that the contributions can start coming in. And as you saw and heard from the principal herself, that she is willing to give an ear to all the old alumni, and alumni is very important and crucial for her, for the progress of the school as well. So all of us should come up and contribute towards this. And of course, as Kamlesh and me are here, and we would want lots of activities to happen in the alumni itself. So we would be visiting the local, at least the countrywide people. I would request the people. I had a chat with Sandeep Bhai the other day. He's visiting here, and for the West Coast, ma'am has said that in case there are more people, she would come back again. She would want to talk to us. So thank you so much. In case there are any questions, if at all, then I think it's time, and ma'am is a little tired.
I think that's it. I think
that's it. Thank you so much. So looking forward to seeing you all for the ODA week and the APG on the 10th of December. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Good luck. God bless. Thank you.
God bless.